Well, I've had some requests to do a follow-up review on the APE Racing Flex Bar knockoff Fastway Flex Bars. I've had them now officially for over a year, and I would say that they are good for what they are, but you have to know that if you do get them and try to just bolt them up and run them, they're probably going to fall apart on you and ruin your ride. So I would suggest a couple of things before officially running these things. One, and this is not all of them. I've had mixed different results with different bars. So this particular bar, these screws that go in here, and they would be a Phillips head screw that you can barely get enough torque on that you would think would be able to tighten them. These were not Loctited very well. I've had other bars where they are Loctited in there pretty good, even with the Phillips head screw, and it would have taken an impact to break that loose, or heat probably. So these I was able to get out with just a screwdriver. I went to the hardware store, found an identical Allen key head bolt, and that way I was able to get just a little more torque on these ones. So I would do that. I did that. I think I did it for this side, and I think I did it on this side except for one where I ran out. They didn't have them at the hardware store, and another one has stayed in there just fine. Number 2, and this one has plagued me on multiple bars. It doesn't matter which one. I've had them on multiple bikes, and it is a pin that pins this handlebar in. And on multiple bikes that has come out. Luckily, I've always caught it before it came all the way out. On one, it was just hanging by literally a nut hair, excuse my French, and the bar was able to actually rotate in here, and that made for a real sketchy time until I figured out what was going on. So these, I have taken a punch, and I have driven the crap out of those in there. And out of the other 2 sets of bars that I have, they have not come out. This one, I did the same exact thing and punched, and this side right here just continually wants to slip out, which makes for a headache. And you want a chance of ruining your ride for that? I don't know. So what I've done is I've actually just put some adhesive in there and then hammered the pin back up in there, and then again with the punch tried to spread that opening out to try to pin, keep more tension on it. So besides that, the reduction in the initial shock of the compression of the suspension, it does a good job at dampening or giving damper to that initial shock. So for half the price of a flex bar, all these issues, you may not even think it's worth it. But I mean, I've kind of weeded my way through the issues, and now I feel that they are a solid alternative to the flex bar, because you don't need special mounts for the front to connect your hand guards. There's enough motion in this joint that it does not restrict the dampening on the bar itself. And as a testimony to the rigidity of them, I actually took a pretty good digger going... Sorry, there's a car going by. Going approximately 35-40 miles an hour down the trail, and a rock just took my handlebars out from my grip and just high-sided me straight into the ground, and all the impact was right here, my knee, my elbow, and my upper thigh went right into the handlebar right here. So neither hitting the ground nor my thigh going into it bent the bar itself. However, the Cycra handguard mount bent somewhat, causing this to be up. And because of the dampening in here, I don't have any way to get force on this to bend it back down. So it's kind of is what it is for now. It's a little bit cockeyed. But besides that, the APE Racing, don't mind the S3 Racing. Those are my sweet foot pegs. S3 Racing. Look at those suckers. Steel, super wide grip. I mean, look at that. Super wide platform. And they stick out quite a bit, but I mean, they fold away pretty good, and they got a low profile, so they're not getting caught up on the rocks at all. It's I like those. So anyways, don't mind the S3 Racing sticker on there. The poorly placed APE Racing sticker had to go because it was not in the middle and not even straight, so that kind of bugged me as well. So that just kind of goes to show the fit and finish of them. But I think the machining and the material itself is good. It just takes a little bit of tweaking to get these things to be a good alternative to the flex bar. Again, I have threaded inserts in the end of the bar here as well, so everything's real rigid. So even when this pin came out and this was able to rotate, I didn't totally eat crap because the handlebar came out. This actually all kept it in and kept it pretty solid except for spinning. So yeah, there's my review. If you have any questions, just let me know. The APE Racing Amazon knockoff flex bars. I've been running the red. I think those are the stiff ones, but I also been running the medium. The yellows, I think, is what it is on my my 300. So these do not help dampening vibrations of the engine. They don't. They're still metal mounted. Solid mount, solid mount, solid mount. This is essentially just giving dampening or damper effect on this movement. Engine vibrations are still there if your bike's prone to that. So that's one other thing that people were wondering about. All right, take care.